Okay, tell me if this is familiar to you. You see something cute online. Maybe it was from an ad. Maybe it was from an email. Maybe you just saw it while scrolling on social media. You buy it. It arrives at your home. You don't get a chance to try it on. You go ahead and hang it up in your closet, or it just sits there. And then you miss the window of return and you never wear it. And it's hanging in your closet. The guilt starts to build in your heart. And yeah, that's why I call those guilt clothes. And you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. I see this all the time with my personal styling clients. So today we're going to change that. And I'm going to give you 5 helpful hints, some Tina tips, so to speak, smart shopping strategies that will help you buy less, wear more, and finally build a wardrobe that works for you. So are you ready? So am I. Let's dive in. If we've not met before, my name is Tina Schwahn, and I'm the founder of Real Style for Real Life. And what that means is that I help brilliant, real life people show up, speak up, and shine through the transformative power of personal style. And like I said, today we're going to talk about 5 helpful tips for you to shop smarter, wear more of what you actually own, and build a wardrobe over time that really works for you and for your life. So we're going to head into my closet and I'm going to give you some examples from my own closet. So let's head in there. Okay, so here we are in my closet. Welcome. It is pretty packed in here right now and it needs a solid detox. I'm actually going to do that during a course that I am creating right now called The Confident Closet. So I'm kind of holding off on doing my own detox. But what I find when I'm going out to my one-on-one personal styling clients to do their closet detox is that they're not shopping their own closet first. So that's number 1. Shop your own closet first. See what you own already. Maybe you don't need something new, okay? Here's a great example. So this morning, now, this is a very sad thing. Yesterday was the day that Diane Keaton passed away, and we all got news of this great loss. Diane Keaton is one of my style inspiration. She is an icon, and she is just someone that I have idolized for many years. And so this morning, when I was heading to church, I wanted to kind of do an homage to Diane Keaton with my outfit. And in my mind, I was like, I don't have anything. I have nothing that I can wear for that. And then I got into my closet, started looking around, and I was like, oh my God, Diane Keaton, she's known for wearing black and white. She's known for wearing high necklines. She's known for wearing funky shoes. She's known for wearing a wide brim hat. Well, I couldn't wear a hat to church, but I knew that I could put something together that would at least be an homage to her. So I found this tux jacket. It's a Ralph Lauren jacket that I got at a thrift store, which it's a beautiful coat and I love it. I have a high neckline top on, just regular pleated black pants with a wide leg, and then some fun shoes. For me today in my real life, this works, right? It works for a real life outfit. So I didn't have to go shopping. I didn't need to go online and find a bunch of things. And as I look around in my closet, I think, oh my gosh, there's several things that I could wear that are inspired by Diane Keaton and her vibe. Here we are back. I will say number 2 for you is that when impulse buys happen when you don't know what you really need. So number 2 is find the gaps in your closet. Figure out where you're missing pieces and then make a list. Keep a list on your phone. Make a list in writing. Put it in your planner, wherever you have your lists. It's kind of like grocery shopping. And I know I've used this example before, but when I go grocery shopping and I have my little recipe from Pinterest or from my cookbook or whatever on my phone, then I'm probably going to go to the store and I'm going to buy everything on that list, not thinking about what do I already have at home? And consequently, I then end up with 6 oreganos in my pantry because I wasn't sure if we had one or if we needed one. So I bought one just in case. We do that with clothing all the time. Like with my Diane Keaton example, if I hadn't thought about or gone into my closet and looked and thought, oh, I need something with a high neck. Now I have a few options that I could have worn today that have a high neck, but I might have just pulled out my phone, hopped on a website and bought something with a high neckline just because I thought I needed it. I don't need it. I already have it. So that's number 2 is figure out where the gaps are and then be really intentional about shopping for what's going to fill those gaps. And then number 3 is know your budget. It is so easy to get swept up in the emotion, which is the next thing on number 4 I'll talk about in a minute. But know your budget so that you don't go overboard. And instead of just asking about budgeting dollars, like how much am I going to spend, ask, does it really fit my real life? That's why I named my business Real Style for Real Life, because people have this image in their head of what they want to look like, but does it really fit your real life? Maybe not. So you have to be realistic about it. Like I said in my previous example, I am the choir director at my church. I'm not going to wear a big wide brim hat with my outfit today. So be realistic about what you need. Be realistic about your lifestyle and your budget and how you're going to fit that together with what you need, because you can find really great things on a budget. In fact, I have a great video about that, and I have a Shop Smart guide down in the description. Look for the link, click on the link, and it has great ideas for how to shop smarter and on a budget if you need to. Number 4, I already alluded to this, is don't shop just based on emotion. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're feeling lonely. Maybe you're super jazzed about something. You just got a new job and you're so excited to buy a whole new wardrobe, right? Maybe you're frustrated with your body and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of bigger clothes. Don't do that. Not without trying on what you already own. Go back to number 1 and figure out what you already have, okay? During an emotionally charged time, just like anything else, you should not be making any major decisions about your wardrobe or spending on your wardrobe. Sometimes I will find something that I absolutely love based on an ad, and I get on the website, I'm like, oh my God, I love that thing. And then they're like, there's only a few left. And that is such a trap, because then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to buy it right now. And then you get it home, it doesn't work, and then you're back to square one, right? That's how we end up with so many things in our closets that still have the tags on, they don't work, and we've just wasted that money, but we don't get rid of it because, oh my gosh, I spent all that money on this. It's a vicious cycle. All right, last but not least, and I'm a firm believer in this, quality over quantity. Fast fashion has got to go. And the only way for it to go is if we stop feeding the beast. It is not normal to have a new collection every day or every week. And there's so many retailers, even some of the higher end retailers are coming out with new collections every couple of weeks. That's crazy. It used to be one collection for the season and that was it. I know, I'm old. But anyway, don't get stuck in that trap. I want you to make it a habit to really look for things that are of good quality. They're well made. They're natural fibers. They have good stitching. They have quality fabrics. They have quality buttons. You check that the buttons are sewn on properly. All of those types of things takes you a couple extra minutes, and you can find things like I was talking about before, maybe at a consignment shop or a thrift store or a vintage shop that are much higher quality and they look current. In fact, they look cooler than some of the current things. And then you can go that route, fill the gaps in with those things, and really start to build that workable wardrobe for you that is unique and inspiring to you every day so that you can begin to have fun and feel really good when you get dressed every day. The last thing I'll say on that is it's really about the cost per wear and not the cost per piece. So if you go out and buy a cheap jacket on Amazon that costs $40 that's brand new, but it's going to fall apart or you're going to hate it after the season because it looks cheap, then you shouldn't buy it in the first place because you've worn it once. Whereas I bought this at a consignment shop for $40. It's a $300 Ralph Lauren jacket, and I've worn it at least 10 or 12 times in the last year. So you can do the math on that. 40 divided by 12. Okay, it's less than $4 per wear. So think about that, quality over quantity. Well, all right, my friend. Shopping smarter is not about being perfect. And I'm certainly not perfect about this either, or I wouldn't need to go detox my closet. But it is about being intentional, okay? And really knowing what you have. And that's really what creates confidence in your closet and makes you feel so much smarter when you're going out shopping. So if you want to dig deeper into that, like I said, I do have a guide to shopping smarter, secondhand and rentals and things like that to boost your wardrobe. So grab that with the link below and I'll send it right out to you. And the other thing I want to talk about just briefly is that Confident Closet course that I'm putting out here within the next few weeks. I've got a wait list on it for right now. And if you're on here later, it's probably already open. I'll change the link out. So click the link for the wait list so I can tell you when it's coming out and you'll get right in on it. It's a do-it-yourself closet detox, but it's so much more than that. It's really about starting the process of building your signature style through your confident closet, right? So I'm excited about it. Can't wait to get that thing out, but get on the wait list for that. Or if you're watching later, just jump on in and take the class. And then last but not least, tell me in the comments below, what's one shopping habit that you want to shift right now? Tell me, I want to know. All right, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and God bless.